Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece episodes 93 and 94, and they are finally arriving. They're finally going and getting past what they've been needing to get past. It's crazy that they're like, it seemed like it took forever to be able to get past all these islands to actually get somewhere, and now like we had so many different types of islands, and it just kept going and going. I don't know how many episodes we've been talking about, Alabasta, and like it just seems like 20-30 episodes at least. It seems like a while. I mean, there's been a lot of really good episodes in between, don't get me wrong, but every time at the end of an arc, they're like, oh wait, we still need to go there every single time. So I'm excited to get further in and see what happens here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. If you want to check out episodes early or uncut, check out patreon.com/ajrich123. Helps me out. You guys get a bunch of cool stuff over there, so check it out, and let's go ahead and start. So they're in Alabasta. Did Luffy bail already? Of course he's the first person off the ship. That's a good strategy to find Luffy. He's more proud of it than scared of it, though. Oh, is she gonna stay on the ship? Get recognized like immediately. It just has a big Mr. 3 on it. That's not suspicious at all. Not at all in a crowd like that. That's like something you would do when you're 5, but Usopp was around only like little kids, so that makes sense. At least it got her in, though, somehow. It's got to be really reassuring, at least. Now she's finally able to see, like, her people and everything. Now that she's here, wouldn't you want to, like, start implementing that plan? They're not gonna just do that. They're gonna help you to the end. So Sanji's not looked for? She's still remembering that money? Like, does she ever forget a debt? So there's still a lot more traveling they have to do. Bunch of towns, the area's probably big. Because Sanji was just not there whatsoever. So Sanji and Chopper haven't been seen. Wrong. I think Luffy made a wrong turn. How? How did you get so lost? It's been a little while since we've seen Luffy get lost. That's not very nice. Smell, a smell that he smells all the time, meaning meaning women. You gotta, keep your eyes on the prize. He probably has a stronger nose, so it's picking up way worse. Yeah, can Sanji really, like, focus on that? Oh yeah, he needs to get some water or something. Where's that agua at? Some random area like that might not be the best to... Exactly. Do you know where you're going? Maybe there's food inside? I'm surprised he hasn't passed out yet. In the desert, you gotta drink a lot of water. I didn't really think about Alabasta being that huge, but it's, you know, it's an area, right? So there's going to be a lot of towns and surrounding spots, but man, it's all square in the desert. But it was a lot closer. Like, he was able to go to another town in a matter of minutes. So these things are not that far, though he was going really fast, but they don't seem to be very far spread out. Which kind of surprises me. Also, putting Sanji on something like that, not a good idea. Getting distracted, getting cooking ingredients, and on top of that, Chopper, you know, having heat exhaustion and just starting to, you know, he wasn't drinking enough water, goes into a suspicious area, and boom, now he's traveling to who knows where. Not good things. Not good things at all. Not a good start for them. What is that? Gunpowder? I don't know if you want to eat that type of stuff. This is why you don't just eat random things you find on the ground. I'm sure there's something in a cupboard. What the hell? Random rain. Hey, perfect timing. He ate it. Or burned it. Ate some of it. Huh. He can pay you with, I don't know, excitement? That's not how money works. What? Some suspicious looking guys. You gotta learn your lesson not to lay down in random areas you don't know about, Chopper? No sudden movements. Some suspicious, like, black market type stuff going on here. That's the only way he'd probably look the least suspicious. Yeah, it's the way he'd look the least suspicious. So they're part of, like, rebellion or something. And they're having to, like, do it this way. No wonder they seem suspicious. Just wait till the perfect moment, Chopper. Yeah, he's telling you to get the hell off. The fuck? What a bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, that would actually be very useful for not just for him, but for everybody, for Luffy and all of them. Because they've had times where maybe they could have talked to the animals that they've came around or had to come across so far. That would have definitely helped with the, you know, with the whale from, you know, so many episodes ago. Like, actually, yeah, I think this will really help overall. I think it's kind of a clutch move, really, because it's like having a translator with you with any animal you come across. So was he really a bad guy? Seems like it's not, because Luffy is the way he's being so cooperative here. You can do Fortnite dances to it. It was initially what I thought. It seems strange because it went like the green stuff went in the air and then it rained. That's totally me with ADD. No water means, you know, no moisture equals desert. What's the point of doing that though? Are they trying to make their people suffer? Because there's no other reason to, you know, make that, to prohibit it. Or not. I mean, not a bad guy, but someone that's just looking out for himself. Food. Yes. 100 out of 100 times, it's gonna be food. No, don't say anything like. Oh damn. Looks good on him. He has plans. Yeah, that's perfectly comfortable to cross a desert with. Can you turn off your nose, Chopper? Is there any way to do that? Like any type of, like, a lot of animals have sensitive noses, so it makes sense. So much desert. They've already been through so damn much. I mean, I don't think they're scared. Yup. There will be no nose in this group. Now she's actually asking for it though. Before she seemed to be like, oh, you guys don't need to. They're all down to help her. You might have forgotten about a certain, you know, a certain Luffy. Luffy just went off on his own. If you don't feed Luffy, Luffy will find food no matter where it's at. You probably won't find him for days if you're in the middle of nowhere, because Luffy just run off, go find food. I'm wondering if that's the reason. Now that I think about it, you know, when we were introduced to Luffy, he was like, he randomly was on the ship and he found food, right? So like, was Luffy just hungry one day and then just like was like, oh, I need to go find food, and that's how he ended up there. I was thinking of that. Like, it's all his motivations, his basic motivations when they're not serious, food related. All right, let's go to the next one. I do love that that everyone's on board. I would think at this point Vivi would just realize they're gonna help, but I think she was still kind of doubting it, or just wondering, maybe more wondering why they would still continue to help. But of course they would. That doesn't look edible. That doesn't look edible at all. You wouldn't be able to buy it in some random place like that. Gullible! Gullible! If he could live 1,000 years, why wouldn't he eat it? Wow. So you're gonna get like poisoned when you eat it. There's literal paint on it. Yeah, that's just bad. That like Aladdin's lamp or something? Everybody's always looking for Luffy. He knows him? And oh, there she is. That means Smoker's probably somewhere close. Oh yeah, and she's super pissed at you too. Bad timing? He doesn't want a confrontation? And okay, and Smoker's just, yeah, making a scene. And right when he says that, they're all there. You would have thought they would have eventually met up, but before this, but you got your food. But did you think about water? Didn't you eat like 5 minutes ago? Poor Luffy. He just I'm telling you, he needs a compass. Is he seeing things? Okay, now he's definitely seeing things. Food poisoning? What the hell is a desert strawberry? If you eat that much food, though, I would think you would probably, yeah, in the middle of the desert, something bad's gonna happen. He freaking fell in the food. The fuck? What the fuck? Why does he remind me of Luffy? Actually, he kind of looks like Luffy. And he's looking for Luffy. He is related, right? The D. Luffy, D. I would assume that there's at least some relation here, because that look, he looks way too much like Luffy, and he eats almost as much as Luffy. I'm just wondering what relation it is. Oh, is that his dad? I mean, I can't tell age in this at all. Oh, older brother. How the fuck does Luffy have a brother and we're just hearing about him? The eating makes sense. Even the the weird confidence and stuff makes sense. If Smoker knows his name, yeah. He's just saying hello to you, Smoker. I didn't think it was possible to have anyone related to Luffy. He's literally like one of a kind. That's, oh wow, we just got a shit ton of information in just a small section there. I find this strange because I think it was once he was eating and it showed that close up, and then he's I don't know, the look just snapped it, and then it added the D, and I don't understand I don't understand, because it's not the same last name or anything, right? But the D, or unless you're putting the D as the last name, why would they have the same D? Because who names their kids with the same middle name? Does that make any sense? Did they get, or maybe they got named the same middle name with just maybe a different middle name but same initial or whatever. That could possibly be it. It seems strange to put the same initial like that though. But how does he have a brother and not be introduced by this point? I don't understand why it's never been mentioned that Luffy would have did I miss something? You guys can shout at me in the comments if I somehow missed a mention about this. It's possible. We've watched 90 something episodes. I could have missed a quick mention or something. It wouldn't surprise me, but at least from my memory, I don't remember him ever being mentioned any related to Luffy. So it doesn't, that made no sense. But he's looking for him. So I'm wondering why, because the only time we've seen a flashback with Luffy as a kid, and there was no brother mentioned, and he seemed like, he was just by himself, like homeless or just like orphaned, or just like not, it didn't seem like he had a family other, than Shanks and all those guys. That seemed to be his family. So how does he have a brother? That's interesting. They have like the same eating habits. How did he forget already? At least he's a little bit more polite than Luffy. Luffy probably would. Let him eat. He deserves it. Probably not going to talk until he's done, by the way. That's all he's been thinking this whole time. It's taken him this long to remember. Why did he attack him if he doesn't remember who he was at the time? Yeah, and he pretty much got defeated here. So Smoker is stronger than him, it seemed like anyway. And no one's cleaning that up. Don't send the bill because it's probably not gonna be paid. I wonder why some people don't like pirates, is possibly because of things like this. It was all peaceful until everybody shows up. And everybody else is still looking, like the rest of the crew is still looking for Luffy. Just keep running. You could have just said food. That little motion and sound reminded me of like the quick teleports from Dragon Ball Z. Didn't it? Meanwhile, they don't even realize Luffy's there and getting attacked. Oh. Well, yeah, just wait a little bit longer and then everybody will, they'll make a scene. What idiot pirate can you think of? Luffy! But hey, he may be an idiot, but he's already it. This is just, this whole episode is just Luffy in a nutshell, man. It's just him. Oh, now Luffy can see. Oh, what the? He's got lighters on his fingers. Why does that not surprise me? But how strong is he? Now that I look at him now, it's just too damn obvious that he would be related. Ooh. Is it, see? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, how was this never mentioned? Luffy just doesn't think about stuff like that. Luffy does not mention stuff like that, like this. This is something you would think you would mention to your crew, like right away. The people you meet, or I mean, I guess, okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I guess, like when it comes to family members, it's not like everybody is talking about their family, right? Like all the other characters or whatever. So I guess I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt there, but it just seems like it just seems strange. At least maybe just show wise that we wouldn't know that, like we wouldn't hear anything about him having a brother. It just seemed like he was on his own, doing his own thing. He's not like, it always seemed like Luffy just wouldn't be related to anybody. Like he was just by himself. I don't know. It's just he's been portrayed like that. I never thought that was even a possibility. That's why I think it was the most shocking. Like it should have made more sense when he was like eating like crazy, and especially when it went up close on him. It was just what got me was the D, but like it's just crazy to me, like how that can just be so ridiculous. I don't know. This is the question I have. Is the D the actual? Do they put like the initial as the last name for some weird reason in this, or is it the middle name, or is it like the middle name or whatever? Like I don't. That's the only thing that was kind of confusing, because Luffy's obviously going the way it's written. Yeah, remember like in America, the way it's written, it looks like Luffy would be like the last name, right? But it technically like it's Monkey D. Luffy. So you would think Monkey would be the first name and Luffy would be the last name, and then D would be the middle name. That's what I would assume, but it doesn't seem to go that way. So it's just, I don't know. I may just be, this might just be stupid overthinking, and it's probably just regular, but I don't know. I do like though that he does. It's cool to see that he actually has somebody related to him, because maybe it'll help like us learn more about Luffy. Because regardless of how much we've learned about Luffy, I feel like we still don't know him. Does that make sense? I feel like I don't know Luffy. Like, even though I know him and he's so simple, like you think it's like, oh, I know him. I can like, I see what he does. He says what he means. He's very simple minded. You would think that you would know him by looking at him, but I still feel sometimes with people with that type of personality, you feel like, maybe I just don't know the person. I don't know. It feels like we don't really know much about him. So it's kind of cool to see somebody related to him show up like this. So hopefully we can learn more about him and just more about this guy as well. And being his older brother. It would have been weird. I really thought it might possibly be his dad, but that's just more of because the age, like the ages in animes are just confusing sometimes. Like some people can look like, as we've seen from like shows like JoJo and stuff, they could look like they're 40 and they're like 17. Like in the like the freaking Jonathan looked like he was like 40 years old and he's playing football in high school. Like so it's hard to really gauge ages. That's why I was guessing that. But I don't know. Great episode. Smoker finally he finally caught up. We saw that he was chasing after them and stuff, but it took him a while, but they're there. And now we know that Mr. Three's ship is there, or at least in the area. There could be a ton of like different groups of people. They're actually kind of in a bad spot with this many people around. But the longer that they fight people and then the longer they fight different people and then have other people hold grudges and stuff like that, the more times, like, the worse this is going to get, I feel, because like now there's two different type of groups around, and that's mostly because Luffy's ran into them and they've had confrontations. So the more people that Luffy confronts and fights or has, the more people that could be chasing after him on top of him already having a bounty. It's just going to get worse and worse for him, I feel. It's just like, oh man. How can it's just hard to face more than a couple opponents at once. That's just tough to do. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to see uncut reactions and early releases. You can also check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/ajrich for streams, Twitter at ajrich123 if you want to go follow over there or go join our Discord. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.